Good evening and tonight, viewers. It's Three Roads Gaming, here with more Let's Play Breath of Fire 3. Last time, Ray was spirited away to go do something. Today we're going to follow him to Mount Glaus. So let's do that. Alright, this here's a man trap. It's weak to fire, so let's burn it. Also, fire doesn't wake him up, so even better. He can be a little bit of a threat if you let him live, but well, we're not going to let him live. Also, you're going to get EX turns on sleeping monsters because given they're asleep and their speed is 0, you're going to have infinitely more speed than them. Alright. We got a pointed stick. That's good. I was going to try and steal one from them, but now I don't have to. It's another terrible weapon. If you're wondering why I want these terrible weapons, well, there's reasons. Go over here. Once I run out of AP, I'll just start running from them. Because, you know, obviously they're asleep. I can run from them ad infinitum. This isn't why I learned Burn. It's just a wonderful fringe benefit to having learned it. Alright, I think one burn should finish him. Aw, man. Well, then let's just charge him. Alright. Alright, Purify. That heals poison. Frost is the same as Flare, it just does ice elemental damage. We get the Weather Vane. It's a damaging weapon. We will hold on to it for later purposes. Let's charge these rippers. Thankfully, the enemies will never get EX turns on you. Ooh, critical. I'll take it. Alright. Yeah, Tipo could use a little refresh there. Also, you can cut the bushes for a little bit of money. Okay. I think they're weak to fire. Maybe they're weak to ice. I mean, I could see a plant being weak to ice. Okay, they're weak to fire. Flare, burn. Oh yeah. I'm never going to use it any other time, so let's use the weather vane on it. Because Tipo doesn't have enough AP for flare. Sure, whatever. I think this will win us the battle. Charge. Alright then. We're at level 5. I didn't intend to use that time for level grinding, but I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth. There we are. A little bit of healing for Ryu. Let's see here. I don't really need the experience or the Zenny. I will actually be spending Zenny in this run. At least one instance that I can remember. There might be more. Ooh, a treasure chest. That's so useless to me. 80 Zenny. If you have the initiative and you flee, you always succeed. Much like Earthbound. Or real life. There we are. Anyway, Mount Glaus is up here. On a camp. You can just enter any of these exclamation point jobbers. It'll put you in a battlefield and there'll be an item in the middle of it. Well, let's rest up. Let's save. Okay, with that, gained 2 levels. That is a good day. Good level haul. Alright, let's go to Mount Glaus. I have no puns to make on the name of Mount Glaus. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I don't want to deal with these fools. There's 4 of them. I think, or maybe, I might be thinking of a later palette swap of these guys, but you can still beef jerky off of them. Which heals for 100 HP, so not bad. Antidote, never gonna kick one of those out of bed. Especially because these doggies can poison us. Okay, one of them, that's fine. See, I believe they're weak to fire. They also are very fast. Not bad. I'm going to be able to heal up before long as well. Also, much like Breath of Fire 4, if you get knocked out and you aren't revived by the end of the battle, you will have to take a 10% max HP penalty. The only way to heal that is to rest at a full, no foolin' bed. Ooh, gong head. Should have saved the weather vane for this. I think the gong head is the major threat here. Yeah, the gong head is an iconic breath of fire enemy that has made an appearance in every single one of the games. Maybe not Dragon Quarter, but that's its own thing. Burn, baby, burn. It's not too bad. I'm just going to charge now. I don't know the logic behind charge. I think they go for whichever monster is the most threatening, or maybe has the most max HP. I don't know. I don't use charge all that much. Got these dead ends here. There are some items here that I want. Alright. If everyone involved in the pre-battle, I guess, thing has an exclamation point over their head, there's a higher chance you'll get initiative. Okay. Let's try flare. That works. Either I'm at a good level or I have good armor. See what fire does. Okay, yes. These doggies are weak to fire. That's fine. I've got antidotes. I've got purify. Croc tier can heal status maybe. My cup runneth over. Matter of fact, you defend. Just like in the real world, dogs are weak to fire. Now, poison will prevent you from running. So if you have auto run on, but you're not running, it's because of poison. Okay, cool. I wanted to heal him up a little, and the croc tier did heal. Okay, let's see here. Nothing here. I guess I'll go up. One of these jobs? Ha! They may not use chlorine on the first turn. Sometimes they have highly specific AI scripts. I know one, if not them, one of their palette swaps either drops or you can steal from them of beef jerky. Ah, crap. Nobody got the exclamation. Oh, there's just one of them. That was well worth your time. Also, much like Ralsei and Deltarune, Ryu is eventually going to get manlier sprites here. Well, I'm comparing this to the game that came out 30 years later. Alright, so we go up here. I think there. Nope. I want to go a little further. Also, if you kind of walk along the walls, it'll go a little, you're less likely to... Ooh, Puff Goose. I think these guys can use timed blow. Also, they like to reprise. Let's just charge them. Alright, cool. Not bad experience. Mage Goos give you more money, but they give you more experience. Alright, let's see here. Down here, I think. Awesome. Heavy Caro. That is a fishing item. Mage Goo, Puff Goo. wonder if I can use fire on them. Oh, that does about the same. Unlike Breath of Fire 4, Ryu has no inherent fire protection. I'm mostly doing this to prevent counters. Alright, let's charge him. You like the reprise. Alright. Ooh, another level. We're now at the same level that Ray was when he left us. I didn't plan on doing that, but oh well. See, I think if we go down here... Excellent. That was what I wanted. Cloth shield. Means less agility, but who cares? This isn't like a super difficult game where you have to really focus on your agility. Oh yeah. I might have gotten an EX turn on him. Ooh, couple of healing herbs. I'll take those. Alright, well, we got ourselves a cloth shield. That's always good. They might get initiative. Alright, you flare that one. You know what? It's going to take 2 turns anyway. Bort, you just defend. Alright. Oh, wait, now. Oh, cool. Yeah, it's not always going to work. There we are. All right. Once we cross this bridge, well, it's going to become dark. And we don't want to be walking around when it's dark. Even got those birds to signify that it's getting darker. We got a convenient cabin. There's Ray. It's possible. Again, we don't know how much Bunyan knows about the whole situation. It's entirely possible that he's like, okay, either they solve this problem or they die in the process. Either way, they're out of my hair. That's my headcanon. I could be wrong. Oh, Ray can handle it. Trust me. We'll learn what he's talking about many, many episodes later. Also, the first appearance of his catchphrase, "Doesn't this just beat all?" Imagine like a 50s guy saying, "Ain't that a fine shake of the whippet," or something like that. That's basically what that means. Actually, I do have a choice. I'm going to call it an episode. And next time, we'll fight the whatever monster it is. This has been Three Roads Gaming. Stay curious, never stop learning, and make sure to keep gaming. Bye, everybody.